What makes a house a home? Over 8 weeks, 21 homes bursting with style and character will compete to be crowned Home of the Year. Each week, 3 homeowners open their doors to our expert judges, who must decide which one should go through to the final. Hugh Wallace, a renowned leader in the design industry, pays particular attention to the details of a home.
As an interior designer and an architect, what really impresses me is good detailing, functionality, and then a layer on top of that, which is the fun.
Award-winning architect Declan O'Donnell is looking for homes designed for living.
I'm actually really looking for that harmony of architecture in terms of the shell of the building and the interiors, because when they marry together, you get something really special.
Helen James, textiles and homeware designer, has a passion for unique interiors.
I really like individuality, and for me, personality is going to go a long way.
But there can only be one winner. This is Home of the Year. This week, the judges will see 3 very different homes in County Dublin. Looking for functionality, individuality and clever design, the judges will each score the homes out of 10. The home with the highest score will go through to the final at the end of the series. First, sculptor Paul Gregg lives in his North Dublin home with his wife Lucia and son Paolo. Their extensive home renovations have been a real labour of love.
I bought the house in the year 2000. It was in pretty much original condition, but I was pleased because my taste is so particular. I could put my stamp on everything. I love making things in the house. Instead of buying something, I can either build, salvage, or restore something. With my art, as well as the way I've taken on the house, I like materials to have a certain simplicity and not worry so much about finishes. And also, it can't only be ornamental. So if I was just putting up an old wagon wheel to make something look industrial, I'd hate it.
I think Paul is a little bit of a sentimental as well. There is a lot of value in memories. Everywhere I look, there is a little story, there is a little memory.
You've got bits of my artwork around and various heirlooms or just interesting things I've collected. Our favorite part of the house is the kitchen. We don't have a sitting room. And once the wood fire is lit, then we end up here in the evenings. Lucia makes a great dinner. Paolo's playing here on the quilt, and nothing could be better. So our favorite spot is right here. With Paolo now, I look around the house with a whole new set of parameters where I have to make this safe and close off under the stairs so it doesn't crawl under the house. So I figure I've got about a month and a half before he's mobile and I have a lot of work on my hands.
The judges must now assess the home, armed only with the basic facts about the property and its owners.
Lovely bay window, and I like the number.
Love the split level. Very cool. It's sensory overload in terms of the textures. Imagine you love it, do you?
Yeah, I do. It's such a surprise from the outside. It's totally modern.
Ah, the favourite spot. The very
Mm.
centre of the house. It's a dark space though, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think it works.
This could have been the problem area because there's a room at the front and a room at the back, and this sometimes is lost in the middle, but you can embrace dark spaces, so they've opened it up where they can.
Got a little glass slip there, which is really nice. You've got light coming up from the upper floor. Lovely doors out to the outside space. Nothing is off the shelf. I just love it.
To me, it's just all too much. I don't like the sort of nakedness of the timber up here.
I really like it. I
Well,
think it works.
I don't know, Helen. You've had your say, darling.
I know.
You've had your
just-
say. So I don't like it. I think it's a gimmick. Hello, Helen. Please let other people in. Other people have an opinion as well.
This is the kitchen proper now, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. It almost has the feel of a professional kitchen, actually, doesn't it?
And what I like is the way this counter goes out.
Yeah.
You open this out, and so you're outside, inside. So you have all this, you know.
It's kind of like a beach bar. You're
It
sitting
is,
out
yeah,
on the
yeah.
stools there, you open this up, the sun's shining.
There's a sense of clarity in everything that's going through here.
Homes are such a personal space. When you go into someone's home, you should get a sense of the person who lives there. Because when you really get down to it, it's all about personality, creativity, sense of style, because that's what makes a house a home. Wow.
workshop.
A workshop, yeah.
So is this an artist, do we think?
Look at this.
Look at the attention to detail in their work, which is what we're seeing in the house.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Fire in the bathroom. Glass of wine, close the door, spend an hour and a half in here.
Sanctuary. Yeah.
Pampering.
Pampering,
Yeah.
that's exactly what it is
Yeah,
here.
yeah. And here we have the detail that we saw from downstairs.
Brave move,
Yeah.
glass floor in a bathroom. There you go.
I think this is a great space.
What's great is because we have this huge roof light in there, what they're actually doing is bringing that right down into that dark space downstairs. So it's a really clever idea. Wow, look at this.
Wow.
It's so bright.
What a great space.
The space is amazing. Got all this lovely light coming in. It's really terrific.
And I've never seen that before, where the whole back roof is actually a window.
Glazed.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference to the space, but you can only do it because it's on the north face of the building.
Okay.
So you're not getting direct sunlight.
Otherwise, it would be too hot. It's a nice room, isn't it?
Yeah, I really love the cash register over there, which probably is from the era of the house. I just think it's a beautiful detail.
I think the light fittings are fantastic, the way it's been detailed and designed. There's nothing here that's ajar.
It shows a very high level of creativity. Why go out and source a light with a workshop out the back? You can just build one. There is a can-do attitude here, and they go and they do it, and I think that's to be admired.
And here we have another lovely room.
I think it's really nice the way they've kept all of the original features, but they've made it work in their style. It's almost like the house of the grandfather from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. You know, the mad inventor?
Yeah.
There's like all these little details throughout.
The whole room is like an art installation.
Yes.
So you have amazing pieces. They all, I'm quite sure, tell a story. Either they were made by this person or collected by this person. And I think it's fascinating. But I just question whether, with a family running around, is this the home of the year?
The one thing that I'm missing in this house that I've noticed is there's no big, comfortable sofa. There's nowhere for me to relax. You know, there's nowhere just to chill out and read a book.
Well, the only place would appear to be the bath, because you've got the fireplace.
For me, it's just really important that in your home, you have somewhere where you can just kick back and relax.
I know the space feels a little bit like a gallery, but the more we walk around the house, the more of a sense we get of the people who live here. It's not for everyone, it's a different way of living, but I think it might be perfect for them.
They must now individually score the home out of 10. They won't know what their fellow judges have awarded until they've seen all 3 homes, when their combined scores will be revealed.
If a home is about lifestyle and creativity and really putting your mark on a place, then this house is extraordinary. The owners have a real DIY attitude, and they haven't been afraid to give a good idea a go. I'm giving it an 8.
There are lots of big and brave ideas in this house. The owners have stripped the house right back and reimagined it in their own way. And I love that they have found their own personal aesthetic and really committed to it. I'm giving this house an 8.
The creativity of the owners of this house comes through in the changes and alterations they've made to it. And this is reinforced by their amazing talent in the way they've put terrific elements in each room of the house. However, I'd question how it works as a functioning family home.
Next, interior designer Tricia Young has lived in her end-of-terraced home since 1994. But in 2011, her home was badly damaged by a local flood.
We had to move out of our houses for about 12 months. Though it was terribly traumatic, you know, every cloud has a silver lining, so it gave me the opportunity to rethink my design. Come on beside me. Come on, good girl. So I opened the whole lot up, and I've sectioned it by changing colours so that at least you feel, you know, there are still stories. I'm not afraid to use colour. I just think it's very important for us. I think we live in a climate that's so dull and drab for about 5 months of the year. And to me, an injection of colour just makes me happy. Because the house is on the road, I came up with the idea of designing my own shutters. I was going to have something on my windows. Net curtain was not going to be an option. It's a real party house. I love cooking. It's that kind of house. The circulation in it is fantastic. You could fit 60 people in here, no problem. Mirrors I love because they do remarkable things with the light. There's not an awful lot of light the way the house is facing, so the mirrors help to reflect any bit of light that comes in from the back. I love the atmosphere in this house. It's like living in the country. This is my favourite spot because I can sit here and look through my open space and see my garden outside and realise how lucky I am to have all this living so close to the city.
Lovely brick terraced house.
It's lovely.
Very cute. Shall we go in?
Wow.
Lovely
Beautiful.
pieces of furniture.
Beautiful. Real understanding of colour in this house.
It's obviously a girly room,
Yeah.
which
yeah,
is fine.
It's very feminine.
Yeah, but that's what I like about it.
The favourite spot is a chair. An iconic piece of design.
It's a lovely piece.
Yeah, it's very nice, very comfortable as well with a footstool. And you can see everything out into
Yeah,
the
great view.
wonderful back garden. It's a really nice place to sit.
This room is all about colour. You've got the turquoise, the coral, the yellow, but the way that they've combined them all together is really successful, and that's actually a really difficult thing to do.
But what's really good about the way they've used the colour is it defines the space, and it works really well.
I think it takes real skill to take such bold, brave colours and all of this pattern and create something as welcoming and refined as this space.
I love this little detail of the shutter. What happens in these houses, otherwise you'd get net curtains. Whereas because you have this, you have privacy.
It's a really good solution.
What's really nice, actually, is their choice of floor finish. It's the one finish throughout the entire ground floor, so it unifies the space, but it allows everything else to sing. We're into the extension now, which is actually quite nice because you can see right from the very back of the house, right the way through. We've opened it up, but it's a bit of a shame because here we are, fabulous back garden in the middle of the city centre. You want to bring that right into the kitchen, and instead we have these very standard doors. There's a real opportunity there to do something bigger, to have a big sliding door, so you could really have inside and outside here. The shell of the building has been secondary, and it should be put at the very forefront because once that goes up, it's up for good.
But would that have been down to budget?
Yeah, there is a premium for those big doors and big windows, but when it's in, you'll never regret it. The size of the garden here, it's a real jewel in an urban area, and the architect in me is screaming out to really bring that garden inside.
I just love that mirror. I think it's fantastic. This part of the space really works, but when I turn around here, I'm just not getting the same sense of personality.
The problem here for me is just that the kitchen is a little bit forgotten, and you don't hear me say this very often, but it's a bit bare.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
I was surprised by Declan because I didn't think he liked clutter, and here he is trying to put it all over this person's wall. I really like the banister detail.
Yeah.
It really helps this space, particularly when you're coming up the staircase.
I think we're back to the original part of the house now. It is quite narrow here, but what's great is that they've introduced this really nice roof light. It's flooding the place with natural light. It's actually making it very bright.
Yeah, and I love the way they've brought this turquoise colour all the way up to the ceiling. Painting a wall in unusual colour is a really cost-effective way of bringing some life into a home, and if you don't like it, you just change
repaint
it.
Lovely colour and textures again.
I really like that they have covered the curtain pole with the same textiles. I think that's really, really clever. I haven't seen that before. However, there's too much going on with the pattern in this room.
Yeah.
They mightn't quite complement one another, but I actually like them. I like the fact that you're relying on these colours solely within this room because everything else is neutral palette. The great thing about interior design is the personality the owners come through. And there's no right or wrong. It's about what they like.
There is an elephant in the room as well. This, I think it's an ensuite, but it just should never be here.
Well, for me, it's a clever piece of design. And I love the glass because it brings light into the bathroom. However, the door is in the wrong place because when you're in the bed, you're looking straight into the bathroom. And it would have been more appropriate to have it around the corner. But I like the idea of the ensuite within the master bedroom.
There is a real sense of joy when you walk into this house and you see the open plan room and the skill in terms of how they've broken it up with colour, an amazing art collection and the right furniture in the right place. However, architecturally, I feel that they've missed a few tricks along the way that really would have brought this house onto another level. For those reasons, I'm giving it a 6.
The owner has great confidence and ability, and that comes through in the interior design. It tells a total story, and I loved it. The one area of the house that I felt was slightly disappointing was the kitchen. But in the overall context of the house, that's forgivable. I give this home an 8.
There is a clear understanding of colour choices, textiles and pattern, and how to use that in a home to make it warm and welcoming. While the harmony loses its way for me in parts, overall, I'm impressed.
Architects Eva Byrne and Gerard Carty live with their 2 teenage children in a 3-storey Muse house in South Dublin.
One Christmas, a stable came up for sale, which we couldn't really resist. As an architect, to build your own house is absolutely amazing. I would compare it to having a baby. It's nearly up there.
We just basically compartmented the site into zones. So a zone for outside for parking a car, 3 zones inside, a living room, a middle zone, and then this kitchen family zone.
We love our open plan living, but I also love the fact that we can slide over. These 3-metre high screens, they slide all the way over. That means there can be chaos in the kitchen while it's really calm outside. Storage is just so important. So we would have designed in as much storage as we could, but never compromising the sense of space. Every time you see a mirror or a panel, open it, there's probably storage behind it. When we moved in, our children were at primary school stage. As they became teenagers, we realised we were going to need somewhere where they could bring their friends. So we created a larger living room upstairs.
But they do come down, they sound like animals. They come down for food.
This is our rooftop extension, my sanctuary, where we get sun from the morning right through to the evening. I love it up here. I think we've created the best house that we could have on this site. It may not appeal to everybody, but it fits our family like a glove.
Here we are. It's a Muse house.
Very discreet. What I love about Muse houses is when you arrive up to them, you never know what to expect.
Lovely.
It's like an oasis in here, actually, isn't it? You know?
I just love the view right through.
It certainly doesn't disappoint when you come in, does it?
Fabulous. What's really nice about here is you still have the different zones within the overall room.
Such a lovely big open plan space and so bright.
The reason it's so bright, actually, is the introduction of this clear story window. Without that, this is a completely different space. It gives you a view of the sky, lovely view of the mature trees as well. For quite a long plot, it's bringing that light right into the centre of the body of the house. Very simple, but very clever. Whilst the overall palette is quite neutral, what you're really seeing is all the pieces that they have for furniture, the collections, the musical instruments. There are little pops of colour.
If you have a neutral palette, then you really need to pay attention to texture in the soft furnishings. If we had 4 cushions here that was a sheepskin and leather and a bit of texture there, I just think if you look at that couch,
Hell.
It's enough.
it's amazing. No, I'm just
Sheepskin.
saying.
You want to introduce
but
a
I am
sheepskin.
being very critical, but this is home of the year,
I
and
don't
that's
think
what we're here to do.
sheepskin would be really appropriate in this space.
I could see sheepskin here.
No, I definitely could. Yeah.
In a modern house like this, where the detail in the design is fantastic, and it's layered with pictures and personal items in here, the addition of another sheepskin rug or a piece of tartan is totally unnecessary.
I think this is really nice, the way they have zoned the spaces just by the placement of furniture, but you haven't broken up the eye line.
What I love about this space is if we look around, there's only 3 materials. We have white plastered walls, we have the terrazzo floor, and we have plywood. That's why there's a real sense of consistency.
This is the kitchen area. Great big functional family kitchen.
For me, what's a little disappointing about this space is the furniture. It doesn't have the same character as we've seen elsewhere, and I just think has been forgotten. What I really like is this door, which allows you to divide up the space.
I mean, that's a really clever solution to family living, isn't it?
Because you have an option of where you have the opening. I mean, this is functionality really at its purest, because it affects how the spaces are used, but they're actually very beautiful spaces, even with them closed like that. It's a huge difference if the family are involved in the design, because when you're building a building like this, you want to think about everything from the outset so that when it's built and when it's finished, it's perfect for you. The high ceilings here is one thing, but this staircase is terrific. And I think there's probably storage under there as well, Helen.
Ah, very clever.
There we are. So
It hides the inner workings
Exactly,
of
yeah.
the house.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
For the city centre, look at that view.
Fantastic. It's like a lighthouse.
Mm.
It's wonderful.
And this is their favourite spot, and you can see why. It's such a lovely room, very simple. I just love the mirror. And because it's antique, it's very elaborate, not really in keeping with the house, but it really sits well. I got jealous of that mirror. I would never have thought it would have worked. I think that's really inspired and has real balls.
This house ticks a lot of boxes. The big idea is fantastic. The functionality really works. We've seen some really clever design. But for me, the one box that is left empty is the textiles.
Look at the view out the window.
know,
That's,
we
hold on
know.
a second, lads. That's, in my view, why this room can be quite stark and white. That's bringing in the colour into the room.
I would have liked a little more attention to detail in the textiles, but clever design and functionality shine through, and that deserves recognition. I'm giving this house an 8.
I'm delighted to see a good piece of modern architecture and interior design, really well executed, delivering a fantastic family home. I give it a 9.
A home like this shows that an architectural style can be warm, inviting, and full of life. It's a showcase for good design and how important this is to improve the usability, the function, but ultimately the enjoyment of a house. And that's what makes this house really shine.
Now that the judges have viewed all 3 homes, it's time to see how they measure up against each other. First, Hugh reveals what he gave the Victorian terraced home.
I think the people who live here are very creative in the way they've remodeled the house, but also in all the pieces that they've collected. But sometimes I just felt a bit overloaded by it. However, there were bits I'd love to have taken home, such as the train set. So for that reason, I gave the home a 7.
An 8, an 8, and a 7, 23.
Next, Helen reveals her score for the colourful end of terraced home.
When we walked into this house, it just put a smile on my face, and I gave it a 7.
I'm surprised by that, Helen, because I think the house deserved a higher score.
For me, if the owner had followed through on the kitchen and the bedroom, it definitely would have scored higher. A 7, a 6, and an 8, that's 21.
And finally, Declan reveals what he gave the 3-storey muse.
This was a real architectural home. No surprise that I really liked it. Actually, what really sung for me was their attention to detail. I gave it a 9.
Well deserved.
Wow. 9, a 9, and an 8, 26. We have our winner.
I'm thrilled. I mean, it has so many amazing attributes and design features.
It was fantastic. The architecture and the interior design married together seamlessly and delivered a great home.
A home that really functions for a family, but they hadn't compromised on design.
So the 3rd home through to the final is the contemporary Muse home in South Dublin. Next week, the search continues for Home of the Year.